Folks, it is the final week of Dana White's Contender Series this season. Week number 10. I'm sad to see it go. I really am. It does put a little bit of work off the table for me, but so that's nice to not, be doing tape study every hour of every day. But at the same time, I do miss the cards on Tuesdays when they're not around. I do miss getting to do these extra videos, because you get a different audience, right? So there's some pros and cons. But we have a matchup at 185 pounds in this one here. And there's a familiar face. We've got Wes Schultz. He's coming back. He lost to Mansour Abdul Malik on his Contender Series debut in 2024. And, he put on a good showing, right? I mean, he did fine. The UFC liked that. They liked his effort. He looked good, showed a lot of heart, things like that. And that's, par for the course for a guy like Wes Schultz. Those are things that he definitely has. So now Wes Schultz, he's 7-2. 4-1 in his last 5 fights. He did get a win since the Contender Series. He's taking on a guy in Mario Mingaj, or Mingaj? I think it's Mingaj. We're going to go with Mingaj. I think that's how you pronounce the J in that one. He's undefeated, 7-0, 5-0 in the last 5. Been fighting over in Cage Warriors, things like that. Interesting fight. Let's start with the Schultz side. He's a pretty good striker. He does lack in the power. I will say that. His power, for a guy that's 185 pounds, he doesn't hit as hard as you'd expect, but does have good kicks to all levels, variety of kicks, pretty good. Long, straight punches, and he uses those to set up his takedowns. His grappling is where he gets things done a lot of the time because he's a very good grappler. He's got wrestling and jiu-jitsu to combine the two, right? He's got good takedowns, good mat returns. He can control well from the top, but also really nasty ground and pound elbows. He attacks submissions, and he's super active from his back. Something else that kind of just doesn't get noticed a lot is how flexible a guy like Wes Schultz is, and it helps him get out of positions and also transition to better positions because he can bend in ways you don't expect him to be able to do. So that's kind of important, right? And he's got pretty darn good cardio, things like that. There's a lot of intangibles to like about Wes Schultz. Dude's got all heart. But yeah, like I said, power on the feet is the only red flag for a guy like Schultz. But otherwise, he's a pretty good, pretty well-rounded guy. On the other side, for Mario Mingaj. Now, Mario, decent striker. He's got a snappy little jab there. He's got decent kicks. But he really wants to get it to the ground. And I struggled with what to say for his ground as far as his overall skill. And I went with decent because I feel like that fits more of the MMA style. But he's objectively a good grappler. If you put him in a jiu-jitsu tournament, he probably does all right. Because let me just break it down, okay? He attacks submissions really well, and he's a triangle specialist. But because of that, he's willing to pull guard and work from bottom. Now, in a jiu-jitsu tournament, you don't lose points for pulling guard. Believe it or not, you don't. And in fact, in guard, you're doing just fine. They don't score points until they pass your guard. And they don't score points for the takedown if you jump guard. So at least that's just standard jiu-jitsu point scoring. So you put this guy in a jiu-jitsu tournament, he probably does okay. Might even do really well. He's got a good triangle. It's a really good triangle. But I don't know that he's going to hit a triangle on Wes Schultz like that. Wes Schultz is good. He's a good grappler. He trains predominantly at a jiu-jitsu academy. I think Wes Schultz is going to win this fight at a pretty high clip. I think the triangle style of Mingaj is just not going to get it done. The level of competition he's fought has been, and he's beaten a lot of them. He's beaten all of them, obviously, but he's beaten a lot of them with triangles, and a lot of them, it shows that their level is. So I think Wes Schultz get this done at a pretty high clip. I think he's going to be able to be the better wrestler. I think he's probably even the better jiu-jitsu guy, and I think he's definitely going to be the more, I don't know, probably better striker, but definitely the one that's going to use it to set up his tools better. So for me, it's Wes Schultz. Let me know what you think. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in this season. If you haven't seen the rest of the videos in this week number 10 playlist, check them out. They should be up on screen already, and like the video on your way out. I'll see you in one of those other videos.